I think it's ridiculous that these are so wide. So let's narrow those down a little bit. That's just ridiculous. Back in our CSS, let's say we want to change the width of, we could do just the form. We could do the things in the form. But I kind of want our details div, once it shows up, to be the same width that this is. So both of those are divs that are inside this section. So I'm going to write a rule like that. A div that is a child of a section. Remember this? So that gets a div that is an immediate child of a section. Just put a space between them and leave out the greater than, and it means a descendant. The difference being that there could be something between the section and the div. It could be a section and then a main element and then div, and this would still match. Put that in and it wouldn't. It must be an immediate child of section, not just a descendant. So that's what I want. And I'm going to say width is 80%, meaning 80% of the width of its parent, its container. And I'm going to give it a little bit of margin as well. Difference between padding and margin, we'll talk about another day. Short version, padding is inside the border, margin is outside the border. Now we learned it goes top, right, bottom, left, right? If you want the top and the bottom to be the same and the left and right to be the same, you could do this. Say 1 rem space 4 rem. Now the top and the bottom will be 1. The left and the right will be 4. What I want to do is 1 rem on top and bottom, auto on left and right. What that should do is center it. If you give a block level element left and right margins of auto, it should center that div. Might not center the text inside of it, but it'll center the div itself inside its container, which if you didn't have any margin or anything, might not even be noticeable. Let's have a look at that. That's a little more reasonable. Less ridiculous. Cool. Now I'm just going to paste in a whole bunch more CSS that we're not going to worry about the details of. I will paste this entire style sheet in Slack. Among other things, it's got a little bit of responsiveness in there now, depending on the width. So if I put Davey here, now I have my details div way down here. If I make this big enough, then it goes to the side instead of appearing below. So there's a rule in there for that. But that's a little beyond the scope at the moment. So I already hit get add, if you missed that. Add more styles. You dig?